little mystic tribe, welcome back. I hope that you are all keeping safe, staying in, and that everything is going really well for you in quite a difficult time that the world is in. Thank you all so much for your messages of love, your messages of healing. Got there in the end. My immune system was really weak after I recorded that video, and I ended up getting another infection. I had to get someone to drop antibiotics off for me, but I got over that now. Really on the road to recovery, very low energy still, but I'm there. I'm back to normal pretty much. Back to readings, and hence why we've got a public reading out for you today. Okay, so what we're going to do today, it was kind of hard to think about topics given the diverse range of things that are going on in the world. So what my guide suggested we did was we looked at do they miss you, will they miss you, okay? So it's kind of a do they, will they, depending on where your circumstances are and what's actually going on. Now I got, whilst I was kind of feeling very, very low and feeling very poorly, I went on a deck shop. So these are my new decks from Baba Studios. We have the Mythical Tarot and we have the Tarot of Prague. So can you really go to where your heart energy is pulling you? Think about you, think about your person, and as you think about your person, can you feel your heart energy pushing into the decks? So which decks you're drawn to, number 1, number 2. As always, it works on the strongest mutual energy between you all, which means we step into all your energies, we step into all your people's energies, you push it into the decks, and it pulls out the strongest mutual energy between you all, regardless of your circumstances. Okay, so let's do deck number 1. Right. Can you get me into deck number 1's energy? Deck number 1's energy. I think I got this right. I think I said this was deck number 1. If I haven't, this is now deck number 1. Deck number 1's energy. And can you get me, think about your person. Can we get into the link from the people watching to their person's energy? Can we get into their person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, and thought processes? And let's do all possibilities, probabilities, choices, chances, and changes of you both. Okay, so my guide is saying we're going to do 5 cards on do they or will they miss you, and 5 cards on what you need to know about the situation. So, can you give me 5 cards on do they, their people, miss those people watching? Let's have 5 cards on that. Do they, will they miss them? Do they, will they? 1. Do they, will they miss them? 2. Very challenging times for absolutely everyone at this moment in time. So I hope that you're all managing to keep extremely safe given the circumstances with everything that is going on. You are all in my thoughts, you're all in my prayers, and all your loved ones as well. Okay, and let's just do 5 cards on what you lot need to know as well with regards to your person and this situation. 1. So my guide is saying really clearly in my right ear, absence makes the hearts grow fonder. And he's also saying that you might think that that is a very old-fashioned kind of saying, but it's very much a true saying, because once you have a bit of space from someone, you really, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional space, whether you guys aren't talking, once you have that bit of space between the two of you, it really does give you that downtime to process, analyse and work out what you want. And a lot of your people are going to be going through this at this moment in time, that they're going through this stage of absenceness with you kind of not being completely in their lives, and that is making their heart, or is going to make their heart grow fonder towards you. So even though it's an old-fashioned saying, he says it counts very much so for deck number 1's situation. So it's like the opportunity of the two of you has kind of been took away from them at this moment in time. And this is why this card is in reverse. They've been feeling very stagnant and sticky and not really doing anything, and now it's like the universe has kind of said to them, well, we've got to do something about this situation, and this kind of forced time apart is going to give them that time to really process and analyze what they want from the situation. And they're worried about you. They're worried that they are have made too many mistakes. They're worried that they could lose you, and that you're going to come back after all this kind of thing is over and you're not really going to be interested in them anymore. So we've got a few fears coming up to the surface with regard to this as well. Your person is feeling quite stuck in their current situation. So if this is third party or whatever's actually going on in your circumstances, your person is feeling very stuck and they aren't really sure how to communicate this to you. So if you guys are not in contact, it's because they don't really know how to express to you what's going on in their mind and in their head. So they're taking a bit of a step back from it. They're really going inside of themselves, my guide is saying. They're really internalizing what's happening, internalizing their emotions and trying to come up with solutions to the situations and what they actually want. So this is a really big amount of time for them to process, a really big amount of time for them to think through their choices and think through what they want. Any logical situations that have been going on around them, anywhere that they've been working on logic, this is now kind of flipping and reversing. And even though the energy is still a bit stagnant, this is saying that this kind of logical side of things is diminishing and they are going to be starting to act on their emotional side of things. They feel that the ball's been in their court, really. Rather than you guys, it's largely been in their court, and this reverse of circumstances and this time apart from you both is really going to put the ball back into your court, okay? Because your person is going to really miss you. Let this heart go fonder, let this absence happen, really miss you, and through there this kind of movement back towards you can happen. They know that you make them extremely happy. They know that you're an extremely strong person, and this really is a period of rebirth between the both of you. So you're going to be going through a bit of shit. As everyone is, you're going through the shit, but with regard to you and your person, this period of downtime, this period away from one another is really going to make this period of rebirth happen between the two of you. So even if they don't miss you yet, they are going to be in a period of missing you. There is definitely a longing, yearning energy coming forward. Now, Spirit is saying to me that you will find that this energy of missing and longing and things like that, when you feel it shift within you and you're like, you feel a little bit more detached from the situation, this is when your person is going to be feeling it more. And it's the mirroring kind of energy going on there. So when we feel low, they kind of, it's weird how mirroring can happen sometimes. So for an example, you will feel okay about the situation and they can feel low about the situation. You can feel, let's just throw some examples at you. You can feel that you want to come together right now, and if you don't come together right now, it's not going to work. And your person thinks, well, if we don't come together yet, if we come together right now, it's not going to work because I'm not quite in the right headspace. And it's that kind of mirroring energy that's happening here. So Spirit is saying that when you lot are starting to feel a little bit more detached from the situation and you've really started to surrender it to the universe, this is when this movement from your person is going to come directly back towards you, and it's going to come with a bit of a boom out of nowhere. You're not going to be expecting it. It's going to be a real shake up, a real out of the blue lightning bolt coming down. Wake up, I'm back, let's see what can happen. So this missing period, this downtime from you both is really going to be a period of reflection, specifically for your person, and it's going to really make you analyze what it is you want, what direction you want to go in, and therefore this period of rebirth is going to come forward. And with the Phoenix on this card over here, I mean, it looks like a peacock, but Spirit, I think it is a peacock actually, but Spirit's saying Phoenix. You know, the Phoenix rises from the ashes, and once you get burnt, you get reborn, and this is exactly what is happening with you and your person, or is going to be happening with you and your person. This period of rebirth. The energy was very stagnant before, it was very sticky, and now that circumstances have kind of dictated where this relationship is going for the time being, it is that reanalyzing, it is that missing, it is that longing. Once you lot start to feel that you're detaching from it, your person will start to really miss you, really long for you, really yearn for you, and then make these moves kind of back towards you. This isn't a long amount of time, I'm hearing a 2, so your majority energy on this will be about 2 weeks, 2 months, roughly between you all. Remember, if you want to look at individual timings, we can do that on individual bookings, but that is where your collective energy is. Very much absence makes the heart go fonder. And I just got Letters to You by Finch, if you remember that song, Letters to You by Finch. Okay, what else you need to know about this situation is your person is feeling quite actually beat up over it. At the moment, they've been saving face, Spirit is saying, and they've been quite pragmatic over it, acting on logic, keeping this face up, keeping in this very strong, stern energy. But as we said over here, where has he gone? Your King of Swords, this logical side is going to be reversing, and they will start to act on the emotional side of things rather than the logical side. Very sad energy around them, but this is because they've been deceiving themselves about the situation. They've been wearing a mask with regard to you. And again, now circumstances have changed things around. Your person is really going to want to start hunting you down and getting into this real strong energy. The Lovers, Page of Cups over here, this is like likely to be a romantic offer is coming towards you. There are only 2 lovers on this card as well, so it's unlikely that your person, by the time this happens, there's going to be anyone else involved. It is just going to be the 2 of you. So if you are having fear about if they're seeing anyone else or communicating with anyone else, you are the one that is at the forefront of their mind. You are the one that is in their heart energy. Even if they're seeing someone else, you are the one that they are thinking of, okay? And they are going to be missing you. Maybe not yet, but in the 2 weeks, 2 months. Definite period of reflection, and once this period of reflection comes to a close, they will make these moves towards you. There's also potential house moves happening with this deck. That's not all of you, but some of you guys are thinking about moving house. House moves are coming in for a few of you. The love between the 2 of you is really going to purify. Spirit are saying that it's going to be, you know, it has been a bit of murky waters. It has been a bit cloudy, a little bit uncertain, a little bit stagnant, a little bit sleepy, dormant. But through this period now, this period of reflection, this period of downtime, it's really this analysing, this rebirth, this what is going on, what direction, what do I actually want? And once they've worked it out, this movement towards you, the logic is fading away, the emotional side is coming forward. So you kind of really, it's good cards. So yes, they do, or they will be missing you in 2. If they're not doing it yet, it will be 2. Some of you will also hear that they are missing you because they will physically communicate that to you. There is a lot of worry and concern around this deck, and it's not because of you guys, it's because of circumstances that are happening. Worrying about family, worrying about friends, worrying about you, worrying about what is happening with the world at this moment in time. But if we take away that concern over the circumstances and we just look at the 2 of you, that worry kind of diminishes and the love comes to the forefront, or is going to be coming to the forefront. Very strong emotions for you. Being a bit of an idiot, they've been idiots and not expressing it and not working with it, and they've left it. Maybe some of you will think they've left it too long. Potentially they have. It's down to you guys on whether this is something you're going to want, but the problem, it's going to be down to you guys if this is something that you want, but the probability of it is that you will still get these offers of love and where it's going between the 2 of you as time progresses. Really is rebirth. I'm hearing May as well. May is being brought into my attention, and that does feel to be the month for it, May, rather than the word May. May is being brought into my attention as well. Communication between the 2 of you will come, and it will be stronger. Spirit is saying that it's not going to be so whiffly waffly, so airy fairy, so hot and cold. When that communication comes forward for you, it is going to be quite straight to the point. This is what I want. This is what we want. We should do. This is what I want from the situation, yada yada yada. Not, oh, it could be like this and maybe that. It will be, this is what I want, this is what we're going to do, if you're up for it. And it's going to be down to you lot watching if that's something you want to partake in. But yes, the missing element, if we're going back to just that energy of missing you, maybe potentially not yet, but it is coming. It is coming, and through that missing energy, the energy between the 2 of you grows stronger. Rebirthing your relationship. Okay, that is deck number 1. Let's do deck number 2. Let me have a glass of water first. I'm super thirsty. I woke up with a headache today, but I think I'm dead dehydrated. Okay, let's do deck number 2. So, hello my beauties, if you just tapped in, tuned in, turned on, how this works is we work on the strongest mutual energy between you and your person. We go into everyone's watching's energy, we go into all your people's energy, and we pull out the strongest mutual energy between you all, which is why 2 decks are... My guide has always said you only need 2 decks, because if you guys put your energy in properly, you'll get the accurate results. And if it doesn't resonate yet, it will do at a later date. Okay, but you have to watch the shuffling. That's the pain of it all. Okay, can you think about your person? Can we get into their person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, and thought processes? So I'm getting a journey coming through my right ear. The one that was on Glee, that's coming forward. I can't remember the ins and outs of it, but I'm just hearing journey, 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 journey. But then I'm trying to get the lyrics, and they're saying the one from Glee. So lyrics from, I mean, it wasn't from Glee, it was Journey, but then Glee did it. I never really watched Glee. In fact, I never watched Glee. Okay, think about your person. Going to get into their person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, and thought processes. And let's pull out the possibilities, probabilities, choices, chances, and changes of you all. So what we're going to do is, like I did with deck number 1, is we're going to do 5 cards of do they / will they be missing you, and then we're just going to do 5 cards about what it is you need to know on top of that. Okay, can you tell me, do they, people watching, do their people or will their people be missing them? These are my brand new decks. Brand new decks. This one is from Prague. My main guide, this is the Tarot of Prague. My main guide is from Prague, and I've been meaning to get him these for years and years and years, but I didn't because they're quite pricey. And then when we were in quarantine and when I was really poorly, I was like, I'm gonna get them for you. Do they? Will they be missing them? 4, 5, okay, and can I have 5 more cards for this situation? What else we need to know? 2. That was a hand slip. Anything else we need to know about this here? Okay, I've also just got Just Give Me a Reason by Pink. That's coming forward as well. And that's coming forward in the what else you need to know about the situation. Okay, so where everything is between you all at this moment in time, your person is extremely stubborn. This situation has been going on quite some time, and you lot are really quite frustrated with it. Now, where it is at the moment is, I'm going to be going down to these ones first before we talk about missing you, because this is where it's feeling to go. So your person is kind of floated away from the situation at the moment, trying to protect themselves, trying to protect you in a sense, because they're a little bit messed up in their head about what they want, and they're being quite conflicted and quite stubborn in their approach to everything that has been going on. They know what you want from the situation. They are very aware of what you want from the situation, but they've kind of put their head in the sand. I've just seen a clairvoyant of an emu with his head in the sand, and they've put their head in the sand and tried to avoid anything happening with this situation for quite some time. They haven't felt in a strong enough place to deal with it. There's issues coming up here from childhood issues, from when they've had to really hide away from their emotions. So an example of this, and this is with some of you lot, your people will have come from broken homes, and they've only really had their mother that they could communicate with and depend on. And when that happened as they were younger, they had to start hiding away from their emotions, or felt they had to hide away from their emotions to be this very strong masculine / female energy, but never sexually orientated or gender specific, but it's just an example. So your person's always been very strong, very stubborn, and very crap at talking about emotions. You have been in the shadow of their mind. They are doing a lot of shadow work, Spirit are telling me at this moment in time, that they're really analysing who they are as a person, working out what they want, and they've had a lot of confusion going on. They've really lost themselves along the way. They've lost who they are as a person. They've lost what they want in life, what their aspirations are, and they're really going back. Spirit saying this time away from each other, they're really kind of going back to the basics of what it is that they want in their life. It's really making them reanalyze what's happening, what direction to go in. But you are still at the background of their mind, even though they're hiding away from it. You have these two. You have Death in reverse and you have Temperance. Now what's happening over here is that this situation between the two of you is going to reverse, and it is going to come back round into your favour, but it's just not yet. The Temperance card is my least favourite card in tarot, because for me it always says it'll happen, but not yet. Bide your time. So this is kind of a case of biding your time. That so if you're not in contact, this no communication will come to a close and you will communicate again. If you are wondering what they're up to and who they're with, again, you are going to be, that period of downtime is going to come to a close. So it is a bit of a case of waiting it out with your person at the moment. They are very stubborn, and they're not very good at talking about emotions, so they do like to hide away from things. They have a lot of stuff on their plate at the moment, but they haven't forgotten about you. They haven't forgotten about the situation. So if you're feeling that they have just kind of done a runner and left you with this elephant at the bottom, elephants always symbolise never, well, to me it's always never forget, and elephants never forget. So they haven't forgotten what's happened, but they also equally haven't forgotten how they've handled the situation with you. And some of them are beating themselves up over that they've been assholes really, and they haven't known how to handle it, how to express to you what's actually happening. So they've just kind of done a bit of a, I'm going to back away and pretend that none of this is happening, trying to find this inner peace over the situation, and this conflicting energy is running strong with them. They really have got battling in their mind, their head and their heart, trying to let their head take over, but their heart kind of pulls them back towards you. So they haven't forgotten about you. They do still think about you. There is still a love between the two of you. And even with Temperance, this kind of not yet, you have the 2 cups over the top, that this person does have these very strong emotions for you. But there is a definite need on both of your parts to let go of the past and bring in a new beginning when the time is right. The Dalai Lama said if you live on the past, you have depression. If you focus on the future, you have anxiety. You really need to focus on being in the moment, and that is what your person is doing. And that could be why you lot are thinking, God, I'm fed up, I've had enough, there's nothing happening, this is really frustrating. They have been kind of, you lot have been focusing a little bit on the past and praying for the future, and your person is really staying in this moment energy. And it's been tough, it's been challenging for you, and your person has just been a little bit ignorant, Spirit is saying, been a little bit ignorant to your wants and to your needs, and has kind of just floated off into the distance and left you feeling a little bit alone and a bit stuck and a bit like, what is happening? But remember that underneath all of that, your person has got these strong emotions for you. So will they be missing you? Your person, you've got the King of Cups and you have got the Knight of Pentacles. So your person has got these very strong emotions for you, has got these very strong feelings for you, a lot of heart-centered energy coming from this Knight of Cups card, really strong heart-centered emotions for you, but they've just run away from them because it's freaked them out. Now with your Knight of Pentacles over here, this is saying that they will be making moves back towards you, but it's going to be slow and steady movement. There's also going to be some offerings from them coming in, but they are going to be a bit namby-pamby offerings. They're probably not going to be exactly what you were expecting them to be. They're going to be offering you like a little bit of a pentacle, and you're going to be like, no, I don't want a pentacle, I want a cup, give me a cup. The cups are going to be, their emotions are going to be behind the scenes. The pentacles normally will symbolise the kind of stability, security, slow, steady movement towards you with this heart-centered energy underneath it all, but there is still this need for them to feel that they want to protect their heart. So this is why their offerings to you with this pentacle might be a little bit namby-pamby, because they are wanting to protect their heart still. They're wanting to keep these emotions underneath the surface. But do know that the emotions are there. They're just really shit at kind of telling you about them. But again, there is clear communication coming forward within these cards, very clear communication. Spirit is saying to me it's a matter of time, and this is why Temperance is coming forward as well. Your person's been acting on logic. they've been acting on the logical side of things. They've been acting on the stability and the security side of things. They've also been taking other people's opinions into account. So if they've been talking to their friends and their family, this is not all of you, but some of your people have been taking their friends and families' opinions into account, and it's put your person in a bit of a difficult situation. There's definitely an influence of friends and family on this. Now, some of the friends and family are backing your corner, but some of them aren't. Okay, and this is what is creating this kind of mental conflict as well with your person. So it's kind of split between the two of you, between you lot watching. It's kind of split between two: friends supporting, family supporting, friends not supporting, family not supporting. But your person has been really taking it into their energy. So if you're wondering if people know about you, the answer is yes, they do know about you. Now, your person again has been trying to act on this logical side of things. They want their freedom, they want their space, they want to make their own choices, and they want to make their own decisions over it. And sometimes they have felt that they could be a little bit constricted by the situation with you. Feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit trapped, but they are trying to release that energy now and really go with the flow of it, trying to take a step away from people's judgments, Spirit are saying, because they've decided that they can make their own choices. Wow, well done them. They have decided that they can make their own choices, so they're stepping away from other people's judgments, and when they do that, this logical side is going to diminish. It's going to start fading into the background, and just like a jigsaw piece, Spirit are saying, the pieces are going to start fitting into place. And they're showing, Spirit also showing me clairvoyant of a clock, and as the time is ticking, they're saying time is a man-made object. Please don't try and place timings on your situation. Just be in allowance that the universe will bring it to you when the time is correct for your individual circumstances. At the moment, they are feeling a little bit distant from you. And you guys are feeling a little bit unhappy about the situation. But again, as the Spirit is saying, as the tides change, as sure as the sun sets, as sure as the sun rises and the sun sets, your person will return. And over here, even though this was in reverse, you have this movement of your person back towards you. So will they miss you? Do they miss you? At the moment, they're really focused on other things, which you're not going to like me saying, but they are focused on other things. However, in those quiet moments, they are wondering how you are, what you're up to, who you're with, what's really going on, are you okay? And that missing energy does come forward. So they're very much wearing this kind of mask, denying themselves their emotions at the moment, really throwing their emotions to the bottom of the ground. They're just hiding away from it because they don't want to act on these emotions at the moment. They don't want to feel vulnerable. But when they have these quiet moments and they have this time away, they have this reflection, and they really embrace this vulnerability, and this logical side fades away, then this missing energy does come forward. You are in their thoughts, you are in their thoughts, but they are just really good at putting you to the back of their mind and trying not to act on it. There is a great need for your person to have freedom. Your person as a whole, as a group, collective, your person does really embrace their freedom, embrace their own life, embrace who they are as a person. They've worked hard to be the person that they are today, but they can also with that come over as kind of selfish, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is if they treat you in a negative vibration, in a negative light. And this is largely what has happened here. There's been a mismatch in communication. There's been an error in you guys talking about where it's going, what's happening, but this movement is there towards you, but it's just a not yet. It will come once they start to really release this logical side of things. There is strong emotions for you. They do really, really love you, but they are hiding away from it, hiding away from these emotions. But you have this Knight of Pentacles coming towards you, making an offering, but there is still this need for them to protect themselves. But they haven't forgotten about you. They do still care for you. Whatever your individual circumstances are, if you're at this stalemate, if you're not in contact, that will come to a close when the time is right. And as Spirit said, time is a man-made object. Don't put a timing on it, but you are in the back of their minds. And when it does get to those quiet moments and they do have this period of reflection and downtime, that is when that energy will come forward of what are you doing, where are you. They're trying to keep themselves very busy, trying to keep themselves very occupied in a very difficult time in the whole world, trying to keep their mind occupied so that they don't blow a gasket. And when it's not going to physically work, because there's only so long you can keep yourself distracted for, and once those distractions start to fade away, they will the missing energy will come forward for you. And that is deck number 2. Okay, so yeah, they will miss you, they will come back towards you, just not yet, but don't forget that you aren't out of the mind. They do still love you, they do still care about you, but they're just very, very good at hiding away from it and burying it all under the surface. Don't lose faith. Keep strong. Keep strong, my guide is saying. Okay, so that's deck number 2. So if you want me, I'll put all the details in the description. I am taking private bookings again. You'll be glad to know we did have a bit of downtime from them. Taking private bookings again, doing single questions, half hour, 15 minutes. If you need me, just give me a shout. Sending lots of love to you all. Keep safe, whatever you're doing, wherever you are on the planet. Try and stay, I don't know what your individual advices are worldwide. In England we are on lockdown now, so try and keep safe. Well, do keep safe, stay in, and look after yourselves. Alright guys, sending lots of love to you all. Take care, God bless, bye.